Hey team, this is a lower body rehydrate and low back release sequence from the MELT method. First thing we're gonna do is rest assess. So you're gonna come all the way down, lay on your back, palms face up at your sides, and tune into the low back area, low back and pelvis area. You want to sense a low curve from your belly button down to your pubic bone, but notice if it feels like a higher curve coming up towards your rib cage. We're going to do this same assessment at the end to see if we made any changes. First thing we're going to do is get onto the roller. I want to put it across the widest part of my pelvis. And I'll know it's in the right spot if I can pick up my knees and the roller doesn't move, slide out from under me, or it's not touching my low back. First thing we're going to do is called the modified tuck and tilt challenge. So I want to move my pelvis separately from my legs, separately from my rib cage. And when I do my tuck, what I'm basically sensing is length in my low back and my tailbone kind of lifting up. When I do a tilt, I want to have my tailbone heavy toward the other side of the roller and a neutral small curve in my low back. So let's try that on an exhale. We're going to tuck without pushing into my glutes or my feet. And then I'm going to exhale, tilt, let it release. And notice that my rib cage is not going with my tuck and tilt. It's just coming from my pelvis. The next move we're going to do, next move is this SI joint shear. So I'm going to pick up my knees. I'm going to stay in that tuck position and then slowly march my knees up and down. I can take it to one side of my tailbone and march here. And then I can draw a circle with the bottom knee. I can draw a circle with both knees. Come back to center and then do the other side. Again, march. And then circle with two or circle with one. I just want to feel that against the roller here. And then come back to center. The next one is the bent knee press. So I'm going to stay in this tuck position, put my bottom leg down, make sure it's in line with my hip. I'm going to take a breath in, and then exhale, pull the knee in as I tuck my ribs, tuck my pelvis, and think about lengthening through this knee here. So I want to feel a tensional pull in opposite directions with both knees. And then we'll switch sides, bring that other knee up, other foot comes down, inhale, and then exhale, tuck, rib cage down, pelvis down, energizing length through this knee, opposite directions here. After that, we are going to do the hip to heel raise. So I'm going to start on that first side again. Stay in that tuck like we did in the bent knee press. I'm going to extend this leg long. Bring it up almost to 90 degrees. So right before 90. Then I'm going to flex my foot and push through my heel. Again, I'm going to stay in that tuck. Lengthen out through the back of the leg here. And then switch sides. Other knee comes in. Left leg goes long. Foot flexes. Come up, 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 right before 90. Again, tuck. And then push through my heel. Trying to lengthen my left leg. And then we'll release. Next one is, and the next one we're doing is figure 4. So I'm going to cross one ankle over one knee. On this move, I want my pelvis to be tilted, so tip toward the roller that way, not tucked in this way. So I want my knee kind of right on top of the roller, hips right on top. I'm going to slowly pull my right leg in while I push my left knee out. Again, I have to kind of re-tilt my pelvis. Exhale. Find that two-directional pull. And then I'm going to switch sides. Again, pulling the left knee, pull the left knee in, push the right knee out. Making sure I'm not tucking, curling here. Next sequence is the pelvic tuck and tilt challenge. So similar to the modified one we did in the beginning, but my feet are going to be off the ground. So we can try that also with our hands pressing against our knees. So same thing, I'm going to tuck. And at the same time, I'm kind of pushing and pulling against each other here. And then release it, tilt. Now we're going to do the low back decompress. So I'm pushing my hands into my knees and my knees into my hands. And then I'm going to tilt my pelvis on the roller here. So from here, I'm going to take a strong breath in and exhale without moving my pelvis. Increase that pressure from my hands to my knees. And you should feel a lengthening through the low back on this one. Now we're going to take the roller out and then reassess the way we did at the beginning. So palms face up, legs are straight out in front of me. Notice now how the pelvis feels on the ground. So I feel a lot more of my glutes on the ground. I don't feel my tailbone as sharp, and I don't have any, feel like I have no low back curve now. So definitely made some great changes there. Hope this helps you with your low back pain as well.